Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever, whenever that you may be tuning in. This is Yonks, and this is now our fifth working group for iLOCAL.fyi, and positioning this as a global movement for fostering local community and cooperative ownership using on-chain technology. And the big thing that happened last week during our working group, our fourth working group, was that pivoted from investlocal.xyz to iLOCAL.fyi. And why? That will become a lot more apparent here in coming weeks because the opportunity for us to do a lot more than just investment. That's absolutely going to be one of the key components. And this is the Google Docs that we've been working off of here. And I'm actually just going to change the title on this right now to iLOCAL.fyi as the conversations continue to unfold. So, in the working group here today, I didn't get a lot of opportunity to do the agenda, but one of the things that we're going to do is work on transitioning some of the things that we had laid out in previous working groups under the investlocal.xyz brand over to iLOCAL.fyi. But wanted to pause here real quick. This is something that added to the agenda before, but would love to get some feedback from you all as far as this community tagline, a global movement for fostering local community and cooperative ownership using on-chain technology. So anyway, I'm going to go on mute and let you all chime in some thoughts here real quick.
I think that's pretty straightforward with that, Youngs. I do like it. I don't know what else we can add for a little pop, but I like it.
Thank you, Webb, for the feedback. Ernest, I am Lotus. What are your thoughts?
Honestly, I felt like it's very generalized, but maybe that's what we need right now because we really want to reach out to everyone using on chain protocols. So, and
And
say it's
that's a
local. Oh my God, nobody here in my area, but
say
that's
say that
okay.
again. I didn't catch all of that.
I haven't really found a group locally. Maybe I need to start one. That's all I can say.
Well, one of the things, and this is going to be me getting vulnerable because I feel like I've been starving for a community my whole life, and one of the conclusions that Tyler and I have basically come to is in order for us to find our tribe, that's something that we're really going to have to build ourselves. And I'm really excited to use collaborative technology to amplify that on a global basis. And we're gonna go like because one of the things you mentioned broad, and I absolutely believe the niches or the riches are in the niches, and we're gonna be going very nichey with projects like my IRA.fund and other brands within AIagents.box. But anyway, would love to hear your thoughts, Ernest, on this highlighted tagline for iLocal.fyi.
Yeah, and I am dropping links to the two largest decentralized local initiatives on the planet.
And this is something too, like, because we're also going to be following a same model here with that we are with AIagents.box, where we're going to be having a $7 a year founding member. That we're also going to be using the Gitcoin passport to create some Sybil resistance, and not going to unpack that anymore. So, this is something that we can continue to get feedback from onboarding founding members, and it'll be interesting to see what time frame it takes. With the speed at which we can get some of the stuff spun up, I think that we can start onboarding founding members here pretty soon. So Anyway, looking here, one of the things that we did with Invest Local is we set up a Charmverse space at collab.investlocal.xyz. And this is one of the things that I think that we can swing over fairly easily, just update the DNS and make the changes behind the scenes. So that's something that I'll take as an action item to do. I did create a brand new uh, wallet using Coinbase wallet for iLOCAL. I picked up the Coinbase ID, and this is something that can go through some of the process of transitioning over to from investlocal.eth. I do have iLOCAL.eth as well. So looking here at the Zoom chat, what is the transition network, Ernest?
So the transition network is a network of transition towns that uh, help folks create energy descent action plans for their communities locally. And it's all over the world now. It's probably the oldest social permaculture project. Started from a permaculture design project in some small town in the UK, and then they use that framework all over the world. They do transition towns, transition streets. They do some education, webinars. Um, is probably a transition town near you, wherever you're at. The other link is the Community Environmental Legal Defense Fund, which, as you may know from somebody in Colorado, is the largest international uh, organization that helps draft nature rights into constitutions. They helped Ecuador, and there's 6 states in the U.S. that have really strong community rights organizations. One of them is Oregon, Washington, Colorado, Pennsylvania, surprisingly, mainly because of all the fracking industry there. Um, Massachusetts, I think, is one of the 6 states. Um, but those are the two largest organizations that organize local, have initiatives to change the the legal structures within people's local towns.
So I'm creating a new subtab here under Home in our Google Docs, and I'm going to put the little what is it? The handshake emoji for partnerships. So let me move this up here to above iLocal roles, and let's put this transition network on here. Oh, did I close the wrong tab? I did. Oops.
Yeah, the cool
Um,
thing about the transition framework, because they wrote some books, is like if you don't have an organization near you, they have the resources for you to start creating transition streets so that you can learn how to host and facilitate meetings within your own block, right? With just your neighbors. Not sure how many people actually know their neighbors these days, but
Yeah, well,
uh,
and that's another just thinking out loud here. Nextdoor, the social media app that's more geared for hyper locality, is I think potentially an opportunity that we
hmm.
can and should explore. I have that as a personal action item to look at.
Oh, I've never even thought of that. That makes
Right? I know,
so
right?
much sense. Like Craigslist is similar too. I mean,
I
it's
think Craigslist got shut down.
probably it got full of basically spammers and pornography corporations.
So yes, created. So let me add this as a created partnerships subtab under home for exploring established community organizations. And let me put this here. Um, so partnerships. I'll clean this up later. Okay, so let's see. There's that one. Okay, so going back to the agenda here. So I'm going to put a list of existing invest local XYZ tools that can migrate. So let me Charmverse can migrate. Snapshot would probably be easier just to create a new one. Create new space. So let me actually go through that right now. So this is one of the things here as far as the best practices, love, find, implement, and refine. So one of the best practices do is with involved using ENS. So over here I'm on yonks.eth, and normally for me, register with yonks.eth and then transfer that over to the brand account as a part of the process. And then longer term, want to transition that ENS domain from the hot wallet into the multi-sig safe. But that's something that we will work on getting created for iLocal, because I did register iLOCAL.eth. So let me go ahead and do some stuff here with iLOCAL.eth as far as editing the profile. So we're going to change the wallet address, and let me see, is it clicking? Okay. So here's the iLocal hot wallet that created. So I'm going to grab the wallet address here for Ethereum and add that to the profile. And we're going to call this nickname add. And this is where we're going to bring in our round push pin and our, let's see, where's that at? Round push pin and iLOCAL.fyi and short bio. This is where we're gonna, and this is one of the reasons that I wanted to have, because each update that we do on ENS, each detail that we add is an on-chain transaction on mainnet. So it does cost gas, and that's something that you will see here momentarily. So let me get back to this Google Doc real quick here. It's probably that over to this tab. So going back to the Google Doc, just copy and paste this over here to the short bio. Add short bio. A global movement for fostering local community and cooperative ownership using on-chain technology. Add more to profile. We're going to go ahead and put the website here. And I'm pretty sure that we don't even have anything on the website. Like, I think right now it'll probably, if we go to iLOCAL.fyi, I'll probably say parked on the bun. So this is something else that we will get done. I don't know if we'll get it done during the working group, probably not. But I'm going to go ahead. That should be something that we have later. So I'm going to go ahead and use this as the website, iLOCAL.fyi. And location, we're going to put on here global. And is there a good global emoji? I think there is. Let me find that real quick. And yes, I am an emoji. So like thinking of some character profiles, the template I remember from has hate, the default one I think says hates emojis. I'm in the loves emojis camp if that wasn't apparent. So I'm just scrolling through some of the emojis here that I've got on my clipboard. And I don't know if I should just use the globe with the meridian. I use this one quite a bit. I'm just going to use that global. Okay, let's see if you want anything else on here. I'm going to go ahead and put the Telegram. I'll probably update this later when I have some other stuff Add, and we're on Win Social is our 3Win Social. You can't do a Telegram username starting with a number, so that's why it's that. Don't have a Twitter account yet, but with the Coinbase wallet, we do have a Bitcoin and a Solana address. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Bitcoin address and add this here as well. Because the nice thing about this is that this can be a, and if we start doing more things with iLocal, with Bitcoin, but just wanted to thank I Am Lotus for sharing Merlin chain, which has, and this is one of the things that we need to add to our roadmap, Ernest, as far as having conversations about Merlin chain, has a planned partnership with Eliza OS for building out our AI agency. And also grabbing the Solana address. And the nice thing about my expectation with AI agents is that they will be able to abstract away all of the technology stuff, whether it's chain abstraction or account abstraction. And I think that that's all that we need right now. Social, we'll add a Twitter and GitHub, and this is something I'm not sure if we'll put an email address out there. Getting email infrastructure for our ecosystem is something else that we need to have more conversations about, but I think that's it for right now. I'm just going to scroll through this. So we've got the Ethereum address. I can update the profile picture later. I don't have a good one right now. Looking at all this, does this look good? Do I need anything else on here, y'all? Ernest, Lotus. All right, well, here it goes. Let's see what this transaction cost is for updating iLocal details.
Yeah, it's all good. I was beta testing Babylon, which is a Cosmos SDK Bitcoin blockchain. But I'll check out Merlin.
Yeah, there was an announcement. Merlin chain with Eliza is a planned um, interaction or planned partnership within Merlin chain and Eliza.
Yeah, it's crazy now, like seeing
I don't even have enough.
versions of Bitcoin every time now I go to like an EVM chain or I go to a Cosmos chain. Polkadot, I got some dot. I've heard some things about some of the social networks happening in dot, especially in response to the TikTok fallout. But last
Yeah,
time
I'm a huge Polkadot fan. I have Yonks.dot. I have Yonks.soul. But yeah, so
have you created wallets and generate and actually interacted with any of their blockchains? That's where I struggle
yeah,
with
no, I
4 years ago.
was I did like one of the very first Kusama crowd loans with Kusama, the Canary network for Polkadot. That's the more experimental dev with the slower or faster dev cycles than on Polkadot. And that's a more interesting aspect of Polkadot. But anyway, I got to transfer some gas over to for ETH mainnet to do this transaction. So that's something that we'll have to circle back on, or I will have to circle back on that I'm not going to do right now. So let me see here. Let me make note of that on our agenda. So uh, Yonks needs more ETH to do the small ENS transaction TX for updating iLOCAL.eth. So we'll do that here in a minute. One of the things that can do now, though, is we can go through the process of creating the multi-sig for iLOCAL. So let's actually do that. And let's see. app.safe.global. Accept all. Connect. Coinbase. Connect. And continue with Coinbase wallet. We're wanting to not do on mainnet right now, only focused on base because mainnet transactions, as you saw, like not got a lot of ETH right now on yonks.eth, and I will send over some safe.ilocal.eth. Next,
You've had all
go
kinds
ahead,
of
Ernest.
opportunities to buy ETH at a good price these last few dips.
Yeah, well, I'll figure out what I'm gonna do for a swap, or I have to look at some other stuff offline. But let me get back to
Buy some ETH before it breaks 4K. Man, 'cause it breaks 4K, it's moving towards, 6, 8.
so here's my yonks.eth, and throw in chat what wallet you want me to use, Ernest, because I'm just using what I used for the splits.org, and I don't think it's the same one if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I think whatever I used for the other multi-sig, which I think is my 888. I can't
Mambo
recall.
Dow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this is something I am Lotus that need to get added to your mobile app, the Safe app on your iPhone. That's something that can help with later.
I'm a Droid user.
I have the Safe app. We use it for our D app, D-commerce. Every core team is a signer on the Safe app. So yeah,
Nice.
I got it here.
Yeah, I'll give you the we'll have the safe address here for base for iLOCAL.eth momentarily. And this is something too. It'll be interesting to see because one of the reasons wanting to get this stuff in place is that going to be pitching my IRA.fund here on Thursday, and part of the overall strategy is when we're creating AI agents um, for various brands like my IRA.fund that we're going to incorporate some tokenomics into. And you said the 0588 is correct, right, Ernest? This one here?
Yeah. The eights.
Okay. So, and we're going to do 3 of 4, and this is something that we will encourage founding members if they would like to be on this, and that's something that we can work on getting a process. And obviously, we want people that are engaged and or in some leadership dynamic, but we really want this to be inclusive dynamic where people that would like to get some experience with this can, and we will potentially have, you know, sub DAOs depending on how fast that we grow the ecosystem here. But really wanting to structure um, sponsored free transaction, sponsored by Safe. This is another reason that they sponsor the Safe creation, not on mainnet. So it doesn't even cost anything to create this account because it's doesn't cost much anyway. So we are
Nice.
activating your account. Go ahead, Ernest.
Nice.
Yeah,
I love reasonable fees.
right. That's
Yeah, with the
some of the
with the
reason that I ran out of gas on Yonks.eth was I was updating some stuff with mainnet with our Yonks team safe, which was one of the things that we were adding to the workflow surrounding the splits that was created the other day on one of our working groups. So here is, and I'm grabbing a
gas fees have
screenshot.
tripled the last couple weeks.
Yeah, well, and I think it went up. Are you talking on mainnet?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I know.
$5. A couple when we started this AI agent dot box, it was around
Yeah,
$5. It's
it went
now
up
like
just a
10,
lot this
15.
last weekend. I think with the Trump and Melania meme coin madness that unfolded here this weekend.
Oh God.
So I'm gonna throw this in the Telegram here too. Created this safe.iLOCAL.eth during our live stream working group number 5 today. And there's the address. Throw in the URL here too, because the cool thing about Safe is it's somebody can open up this URL and go look and see it right there. And I'm also going to throw in a screenshot of the QR code without the prefix on it. And this is something I'll probably send a tweet on as well with the QR code with the prefix and without the prefix. Might just do it without the prefix. So image. Okay. So here's that. Send. I want the. So there's our safe. And also going to send a little bit of ETH on base over here because we can go ahead and create the founding member NFT on Unlock. Let me go here real quick because that won't take that long. Let me just do a search for Unlock protocol. And one of the things while I'm navigating here, this is something that I'm thinking that we could potentially use Unlock protocol as a ERC 721 surrounding our AI agents, just to lean into using something that we will be using. We don't need to have any like membership sort of dynamic, but just having an ERC 721 to represent that. And whether we continue to do that or not, I don't know, but I'm just kind of talking out loud right now.
So I'm curious, and I think I'm gonna test this soon. But essentially, we should be able to kind of copy the unlock code in order to generate the contract in an NFT that we create from scratch, and can probably also put the code to do the attestation in it, or maybe that's done separately, or maybe the code for the split, so that when they buy the NFT, it's automatically an unlock
Yeah,
NFT,
and
automatically
real
connected
quick
to
on
the
that,
split,
Ernest.
and then it's a
Um,
custom created NFT.
and before we do too much thinking about that, I really want to see um, if we want to do that entirely on chain or if we want to do some of that workflow within WordPress. Because the value proposition of using WordPress is that we have a lot more established CRM systems, and like that's one of the things that we can lean into the CRMs within WordPress. But I'm gonna just
But
send.
WordPress isn't going to create the NFT. That's just going
No,
to be
I
your checkout process.
understood, but like that, like as far as the attestation part, as far as ensuring that somebody is was referred to. um
Yeah, yeah. I'm talking about that essentially when they do the attestation first in your checkout process, and then it generates the NFT, puts the attestation also in the metadata of the NFT. So you get to see who the referral was in the NFT, and then you get the code for the unlock in the NFT, and you get the code for the split in the NFT.
because one of the other things too, just thinking about the attestation, doing that on chain, one of the things that we need to be cognizant of is privacy. And we want to really support pseudo anonymity within our design considerations. But I just sent over a little bit of base or ETH on base here so that I can do this transaction, because I didn't toggle the switch, because as you can see, don't have enough on ETH, but we're not wanting to set up this. So this is going to be the iLocal name, iLOCAL.fyi founding member, and membership duration 365 days. Number of memberships for sale 100, and using USDC and $7. And this looks good. Next. iLOCAL.fyi founding member base looks good to me. Unexpected.
I had my coder GPT generate a real basic ETH contract to create an NFT. So I'm going to see if I can generate an NFT just from the Etherscan interface. And then if I can start experimenting with bringing in the unlock code and then the split.
Yeah, and it's entirely possible that we may continue to use the splits.org functionality, because like if we can get the workflow where we can have the privacy considerations and still do the on-chain attestation, the more that because I'm expecting a test.org to really continue to gain some traction, because one of the other things already talked about over here was our Charmverse space. This has some, like over here in the member directory, looking at myself over here, like the credentials. So you can see here that there's, and I don't know if this isn't working because I know my Gitcoin passport score is above 0, but it's like Coinbase has a verified account. I went through that process, and the opportunity for us to add credentials because we follow the existing framework. And this might even be something that we can use. There's some existing functionality within Charmverse, and that's one of the things I would really like to understand as far as what the credentials stuff or workflow that exists already in Charmverse, and then the opportunity for, continuing to work with the Charmverse team to get what do you call it, features that we would like to see to support our ecosystem added to their roadmap is a very real possibility. But looking at the time, we're here on the hour. Always want to be respectful of everybody's time. We successfully got our iLOCAL.fyi founding member created. We got our safe created. We would have gotten some details in the ENS domain, but hopefully I won't have to go through and re-add those if I can get some transactions sent over there. But hopefully I won't lose that workflow. But we're going to be back again here this same time next week for our 6th pre-launch working group, and then during the next week's working group, we'll really see what the calendar looks like for February. Tyler and I are going to be taking a family vacation for the first week of February, so we're going to be taking a break from our live stream 180-day challenge. This is day 15. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking and stop my screen share and let you all chime in some thoughts as we bring today's iLOCAL.fyi 5th working group to a close.
Is DWork still integrated with Charmverse?
No, DWork's a dead project.
Damn it.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what the backstory was, but there's not been any development on DWork for a while, and their Twitter account's been silent. And speaking of task management, we have Fluent boards, a lifetime. Like I'll send you that detail, and I'll likely create a new channel, new topic in our Telegram for WordPress. That's already one of the AI agent brands that we're planning to do. And the more that we can create AI agency for workflows surrounding WordPress and solve some problems there. But I'll take that as an action item to create that new WordPress for AI agents for WordPress is probably the best way to code name that for now until I get some IP created that I'm wanting to for the WordPress AI agent brand. All right. Well, I'll take a look at this Babylon Labs that you threw in the Zoom chat here. That was something that I missed, so apologies for not bringing that up earlier, Ernest.
No, it's just another Bitcoin layer that's you can stake your Bitcoin on their platform,
Nice.
which
Well, and
I have not. I bought wrapped Bitcoin on some platforms,
the
but
one
I'm
for
keeping my Bitcoin. I haven't moved any of my Bitcoin to the EVM or other type of chain.
Yeah, and I'm glad that we brought this up because like one opportunity that we have, we're initially going to be building heavily around Base and the opportunity to use Coinbase Bitcoin on Base. And then they had another announcement with Morpho Labs where I think that you can borrow against CBBTC on Base. So the more opportunity that we can pipeline some of those partnerships and get that within consideration. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and bring this to a wrap. We'll be back. I haven't got the event created. That's one of the things I'm going to prioritize for doing our AI agents.box working group here in about 4 hours. And I'll get that announced on Telegram when that's ready to register for that Luma event. All right. Well, until next time, everybody, we'll be back again for iLOCAL.fyi, our 6th working group. This time next Monday, June 27th, 4 p.m. Mountain, 6 p.m. Eastern.
Yep, I dropped
Bye,
the link to
guys.
There's a link to Alchemics in the chat too. Self-repaying loans.
Nice. Well, we need to get a good list of all these potential tools and partnerships. And I feel like we've been throwing a lot of stuff in Telegram, and I think without a good system to keep track of that stuff, it kind of gets lost in the chatter there on Telegram. But we can talk
Oh,
about what
it's in
that
my
looks.
bookmarks.
Well,
I
and
got a
that's
whole
another
bookmark
thing.
that's just your links that you drop.
Well, that's another AI tool that we can look at. Is I was using Clasp.co a year or two ago, and I haven't been using it since. But this might be with all the stuff that we're exploring at a rapid clip, maybe a good opportunity for brushing that off, and then also just creating more habits for myself around using that again. But we could talk about that on our upcoming work group here this evening. I'll remember to add that to the AI agents.box working group agenda for tonight here in several hours. All right, I'm going to end the Zoom here, end the live stream, and we'll be back until later, everybody.